said Einstein, who himself used to sleep for 11 hours. Margaret Thatcher slept for 4 hours, and they are very different. And if somebody wants to sleep at the workplace, will you allow, is the question. Now, believe me, I sleep every day in my room after lunch. And one day I forgot to bolt my room. An official came and he saw Dr. Saini not only sleeping, he was snoring. And he went back and he said this, and there was a great point in MDI that, Dr. Saini sleeps. Believe me, every day I sleep in my room. If I don't sleep, all my time is wasted. And that year I got the Best Researcher of MDI award. And my question is, do you want results or do you want rule centricity? The biggest killer of this diversity is rule centricity. Our minds are clogged. We don't want to think tangentially. We don't want to think. I want to show you in this picture how companies have begun. To me, the best example of diversity in the world is Google. Google is number 4 company in the world. 10-year-old company run by people in their mid-30s. And they have rocked the boat. And they have conquered this world. The market price of Google is 200 billion. In 2003, the whole Indian economy's GDP was 598 billion. This company alone is 200 billion. And what is the secret? Is diversity. Fun, diversity, informality, which eventually give rise to innovation. And they have conquered this world. They understand this. It's so simple, so difficult to practice. Believe me, I don't agree that it is easy to practice. It is one of the most difficult thing to practice diversity. Why? Somebody said Lala mindset. I am in a Lala mindset syndrome. Do what I say. We are authoritarians. The power distance in this great country is very, very high. We don't want others to be treated the way they want to be treated. And this is our own loss. And some very small, I would like to show you, and this is what Drucker said, that if anything is being accomplished, I have learned, it is being done by a monomaniac with a mission. And this monomaniac does not want to be treated like a cloud, This is what Google is. It's 4th largest company, and started in a garage of his girlfriend, was doing PhD and without any money, and where they are today. So you can sleep the moment you like. Couches are there all over. There is a barber, there is a massage parlor. You can bring your dog. There are also beds for the dog. This is all diversity. It is all fun culture, games. This is graffiti. You can express. This is how gender diversity. This is how diversity gets reflected in the company. Can you please come and help me play this little video?
America, and NBC's John Larson is standing by. Are you dreading going to work this morning? Well, there's one place where people are knocking down the doors to get a job. Today, Fortune magazine names the 100 best companies to work for in America, and NBC's John Larson is standing by at the New York office of the company that is at the top of the list. John, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Matt. One of the things that's been so much fun about this particular story is that the reason this company is number one of many reasons, is that people are having so much fun here. This is their game room, where they come down and play video games or a little foosball during the course of the day if they want to. Now, if you missed the name of the company when we were teasing it before the break, I'll give you a hint. They've been in the news a lot this year with record profits, huge acquisitions. Many people know their name. In fact, the name of the company has now become its own verb in the dictionary. So while you're thinking about that, I'll show you why Fortune magazine thinks that this company is the killer place to work in America. First off, let's talk food.
We have a stir fry of calamari with Chinese sausage.
Imagine 11 gourmet restaurants in your office.
We serve rack of lamb all the time.
And all the food is free.
Julie, salad?
Now imagine a free fitness center.
Come on, don't give up on me.
A barber shop that comes to you. Car washes while you work. Pool tables in your office. Lap pools for exercise. Volleyball courts, and naturally, company massages. Sound like vacation?
No, it's definitely not vacation, but it's a pretty great place to work.
Want to buy a hybrid? This company will give you $5,000 to do it. Want to wear your jammies to work? No problem. Do your laundry? Free.
Some nice deep breaths in and out.
Got a cold? There are 5 doctors on site, and they are all free.
There's a culture of appreciating your environment, your fellow human being, how it should be in utopia.
Utopia may be a bit strong, but after studying hundreds of American companies, Fortune magazine this morning is announcing that
Google is America's best company to work for.
That's right, Google. All these perks are the product of the search engine giant based in Mountain View, California.
This is the most engaging, insanely great work environment in corporate America. I mean, it blows your mind when you see all the food, the massage stations, the couches, the wacky behavior. You know, people are truly having a great time at work here.
And what does Google get in return? Employees with tremendous job loyalty and productivity.
Everything's sort of geared towards letting you focus on being productive and actually building a great product.
Who work through the night if necessary, and who tell us they have never had more fun. The Vice President of People Operations, Laszlo Bob.
It seems like people here are way too happy. Seriously, it looks like a problem. They're way too happy. I want to see more frowns around here.
Yeah, if that's a problem, I hope we have lots of problems of that nature.
If there's a problem, it's success. Despite all these expensive perks, the company is posting record profits with huge margins and growing so fast that keeping this intimate culture will be a challenge.
Google receives about 3,000 applications a day. That's about 1 million a year, all chasing about 4,000 jobs.
Jobs with drop-dead perks. Googlers, as they call themselves, can bring their pets to work, just as long as their coworkers don't mind pets or heavy breathing. That's better.
It's nice to be able to share a little bit of your life with your coworkers.
But will the company's founders wake up one day and realize their employees are having too much fun? Like these two clowning around in their silver capes? Oh wait, those are Google's founders, billionaires Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
I think a lot of the core philosophy about how we think about people comes from that. Hierarchy is bad, big monolithic teams are bad, and the opposite of those are good.
Meaning small, creative teams, highly flexible, and so motivated.
I'm a photographer, I'm going to take your picture from a helicopter about 500 feet above you.
That Googlers are happy to do almost anything for the company, including standing out in the rain for the Fortune magazine photo shoot.
It could be a blizzard, people would still be out here. People love the company.
So can I have a job?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm really kidding.
Can.
I'm very happy where I am. I'm not kidding, can I? No, I'm kidding.
And for the lucky ones who do get jobs at Google, they tell us it is easy to love this company and a little difficult to keep a straight face.
This is a phenomenal upgrade from my last employer.
I love my job.
I have more fun here than I do sometimes with my own family. Wait, don't quote me on that.
Now the issue comes out in a week. The runner-up was Genentech. Whole Foods is also in there. Container.
That today the greatest concern of all companies is employee engagement. And Google finds that the best way to engage employees is give them what they want. And create an informal atmosphere, and this will lead to innovations. And can you imagine that everyone who gets selected in Google faces 11 to 16 interviews? You may fail in the 16th after clearing the 15th. Of course, that's very crucial. 85% of the time of the top management goes into recruitment and selection. That's the most strategic things for them. So once you do that, then they don't need to be controlled. Tear off your HR manual and throw it away in the dustbin. That's not needed. Because all that is presumptive that people are thieves. You suspect them. They are not honest. They need to be disciplined. They need to be controlled. And this is what in great organizations, of course, if you don't do your recruitment and selection well, this model may not work. But hearing the two great presentations, and probably some messages from this, it's undoubtedly clear that if you want to engage and if you want to competitively gain a superior position in the market, there is no shying away from diversity management. And do you think that people are engaged in this company only because of these are welfare benefits? I think they are just hygiene factors. I think the buck should not stop there. It is what is there in your mind, how do you treat your people. And I have seen in India very small company, there is a small company called Classic Stripes, if you have heard. It's a company with 300 employees, 200 contract workers, and it practices most modern diversity management without giving all these perks, but very genuinely, and its motto is dignity at work. I challenge you, see 500 companies' mission statement, even if one has this, the dignity at work is the mission statement of the company. And this company has a relationship committee. It has been 3rd to 6th the best employer company in the country. Many people tell that Dr. Saini, all this is bakwas in my context. It won't work in my organization. I just say that I'm just trying to show you this just to tell that the limit, sky is the limit. It's not necessary that you have to resort to this. I think what is required for diversity management is genuineness in your heart. Are you giving a message to your people that you worry for them, you are prepared to look into their issues, their needs, whether they are women, whether they are individuals, whether they are different races or nationalities. Now, the question will come, what exactly, how do you go about doing this? There are 2 aspects of it which the literature suggests. One is that let us do a deep introspection of what we have been doing till yesterday. In my research, we found in the public systems that diversity is practiced at the individual level only, and too much of diversity creates conflict. In fact, diversity literature does reveal that too much of diversity in an organization does create conflict. And therefore, you have to have managers who are capacitated to manage that conflict. And I always say, whether in Honda or in Maruti, that the problem was with the management, it was never with the workers. I said that it was incompetent management which led to this fiasco. So do I say that if you are not able to manage your diverse workforce, it is the problem of the management. You do your all HR practices well, and therefore ask these questions. Why are we doing diversity management? Are we prepared for this change? Till yesterday, we were so much imbued with the organizational cultural context that these are the organizational values, discipline, control, okay, and accountability only. These are all hard devices. Submit yourself in this or leave. This is what my mindset is. I'm not going to allow dog to this Gen Y worker or the worker wanting to work from home or worker wanting to sleep in his room, for example. It's very, very crucial, therefore, are we prepared for this change? Ask this. What are your HR assumptions? Look at your processes. Look at what the culture prevails in your organization. I was listening to Libby Sarton. She says, the moment I enter an organization, within 2 minutes I can make out what type of culture prevails in this organization. I totally agree. I entirely agree. Because over a period you have been having certain beliefs, practices, systems, and that contributes to how the whole culture and what's structured in your organization. And then you have to decide how do you support the managers. Then I did a program very recently, and there was a lady from a cement company in Mumbai, and she said that, see, I organize picnics, all the young people are prepared, and none of the old people, is willing to go, and she was so angry with them, and she was thinking of the worst words for them. And do you know what I said to her? It is your problem, not their problem. If I'm also there, I'm also 61-year-old, I have no interest in this picnic. Do a diversity profile of your workforce. Ask them what these people want, what they value. Do a race profile, gender profile, age profile, what people want. If we divide these 200 people, there might be 500 groups. The diversity is so huge. Do this profile as much as you can and do what they want. This is what Google has done. You remove these welfare benefits from Google, and the whole structure will collapse. And the company will come to maybe 1 billion company from 200 billion company. These are hygiene factors only. And the thinking, because they were young people, they could do it. Others are trying to aid them, but the heart with which they do it is amazing, just amazing. Then check the possible unfairness in the appraisal factor, how much nepotism comes, how your own persona comes, that this is your notion of performance. If my director just told Dr. Saini was sleeping, he would like to terminate me from MDI, isn't it? Because he thinks that it is used. Once I was invited by SHRM as a speaker, second time in US. When I applied for a leave, he said, "And you went last year also?" Instead of feeling proud that my faculty member was invited abroad to speak the second time, he wanted to check me and say that probably you can't go and should not go. Of course, he sent me, but just see and he was a high-class intellectual. And can we afford people who are better than us? This is a great problem. And in this country, it is still greater. No CEO wants that people with better mind join the organization. And such organizations cannot grow. Delhi School of Economics could be built because a very ordinary economist, Dr. Rao, with due respect, could bring Amartya Sen, Jagdish Bhagwati, Kaushik Basu and others, and it is known to be a world-class school. And that's why our institutions are mediocre. Not even one management school is in the top 200. Why is it so? This is a problem in our country. Public and private sector both. And this is what we ought to do. These are some of the companies in BA, for example. They have 50% women, all employees. 33% women are in the executives. And this is a business case. In fact, I was once traveling and in Baltimore, I was to be there for 1 month. I lost my bag. And I was assigned a woman of Chinese origin who handled me, my anger. And because I lost my bag, I was to be there for a month. And she gave me some money and counseled me. And when I came back, she also put me in business class. I got my bag on the third